Thanks for joining us at the Sedona International Film Festival. We're here with the film Outsmart director Don Coble and Jeff Leonard's producer. And we'd love to chat with you a little bit about the film. What can you tell us about the film?
Well, the film is why we're here, actually. Outsmart is a great little short that it puts a funny situation. It puts a funny look on a situation that's very serious of coming out. And we've had a PFLAG promotion going, and Sedona PFLAG showed it. And then they told us, hey, you guys should come out and enter the Sedona Film Festival. And that's why we're here, actually.
Fantastic. We're glad you said
No pun intended.
Yeah, speaking of puns, can you talk to us a little bit about how you decided to go that route with the story, the smart route?
Well, actually, my writer, Andrew Brian Smith, he has a blog, and he had a really short blog, just about this big on an internet page. And he goes, I want you to look at this entry I have and tell me if you can make it into a film. So I read it, and it was just really small about a boy coming out smart to his parents. And I was like, I love that. So I said, write the script, and then he wrote the script, and then he's straight, so we went back and forth a little bit about the reactions that the LGBT community hears when they come out, because I wanted to make sure that we included there's not every reaction, because it would take a long time to do that, but we included a lot of the reactions that people hear coming out, and we wanted to kind of compact that in, and that added to the humor because you're hearing all this stuff to it. So it went through some rewrites, and then we shot it.
Got it. And along those lines, what has been the reaction of the LGBT community to the film?
You know what? They really, really like it. They're like, thank you. It's very tasteful. It's very PG, so you can show it to anybody. We did that on purpose.
Get a lot of good laughs out of it in the right places.
Right.
Which is always good to hear.
But they really like showing it because it puts a twist on what we hear. And we've had some reactions from some straight people that, wow, hearing it that way, these reactions sound unintelligent, and ridiculous. And that's really the conversation we want to get going. Like, if you put in, I'm gay, bi, lesbian, transgender, and just put in anything else in there, and you hear these reactions, you go, that's ridiculous. Why are you reacting that way? And so that should be the same for the LGBT community. Why are you reacting that way? Shouldn't be. So we've had a really positive, feedback from the LGBT community.
Fantastic. And I understand that you've been an activist for some time. Would you like to talk to us a little bit about that?
I've been an activist before Prop 8. I'm from California, and the Prop 8 popped up, and my partner and I, we went to task with it. We joined the No on Prop 8 campaign, and then when that passed, we joined a group called Out West as our own little group, just Marie and myself, and that was a group of small grassroots activists, and to make a bigger group, and went out and closed the streets, and we spoke at like UCLA and Day of Decisions, and we went up to Fresno after one of the court decisions, and we just took it to the streets and didn't stop. And just because there's marriage in California now doesn't mean we stop, because there's still stuff going on in our own backyard in the United States and the world, Russia, Uganda, stuff like that. So we will never stop speaking out until there's equality everywhere.
Fantastic. Love it. And as you know, it's right here, right now in Arizona. We're dealing with that currently with SB 1062, and it's a difficult thing to face. What are your thoughts about what's happening here now?
Well, it's kind of sad that stuff like this is still happening. It's the pushback. It's the pushback that we're getting because we're past a tipping point. Soon all the states will have marriage equality. Federally, they're telling the attorney generals, you don't have to support these laws anymore. That just happened yesterday or the day before. And so it's just people hanging on to those last threads. And they're going to be cut really soon. One of the last question I had, because Outsmart screened yesterday, was someone said, hey, can you show this at our legislation? And I said, only if I could bring my partner there to, say something, but it's, I don't think it's going to have as big as an impact as they're hoping it has, because everyone's going, why are you doing this now? So they're crumbling.
Yeah. Yeah. Which is fantastic to hear
Yeah.
from everyone who has something to say about it.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. Very good. So how's the movie been received here? Have you...
Oh, this is a great festival. It's been received really well. I've had people come up to me and ask, hey, can we show this at our PFLAG? Can we show this at our church congregation? It's being well received, and that's what we want to do. We want to get the message out there to communities and organizations that feel that this can help. We've had screenings at middle schools. Some high schools want to show it. It's not live yet, but we're trying to talk to some networks right now, and if that falls through, we may let it go live on the internet.
And the thing that's so good about this film is that, putting it in a film and an entertainment capacity, it really helps people open their mind up to things. I mean, that's one of the coolest things about film is it's really a great vehicle to transmit ideas and thoughts that people, if you put it in another context, wouldn't necessarily be like open to hearing. But when you put it in the context of coming out as a smart person, like Don was saying, like that, people are like, oh, when you think about it, like that makes sense. Okay, now I see what you guys are saying.
Right.
And so it's really powerful in that capacity,
That's brilliant.
We do have a trailer, though. We actually have a website, outsmartmovie.com. There's a trailer, there's a press kit, there's photos, there's links to merchandise, and it's a good way to spread
You got to
the
show them
word.
the shirt better.
Okay.
Yeah.
'Cause I am openly smart.
Yeah, buy the merchandise, everyone, to support the film. It's a
Yes,
great way to support
that's-
the film.
Yeah.
So just real quickly, before we step over it, for the folks that might not know, can you tell us what PFLAG is?
PFLAGs are parents, friends. Oh, put me on the spot.
Parents and friends of lesbians.
and yeah, I get all the acronyms messed up. But so you have the straight allies there, and usually they're the parents and the grandparents and stuff like that, and they're associated somehow to someone that's LGBT. So they get together, they talk. It helps a lot of parents accept their children when they come out, because then they're there with other parents and children, and they don't feel alone anymore. So they're able to talk and stuff like that. So the writer Andrew made a great campaign, sent it to the major PFLAG chapters, and we got a great response. And we send out over 50 DVDs of the film. So.
Wonderful. So what's next for the film?
Well, it depends on what if any network wants to play it, and if they do, that will set a timeline. If they don't, we'll set our own timeline.
We've got submissions to a lot of festivals as well.
Yeah, well, we're thinking of releasing it on the internet if the time is right with the networks and stuff like that. And then, yes, we're hearing back from a lot of festivals. It's going to play in Melbourne at the Queer Festival. It's playing March 7th in West Hollywood at the Query, a night of religion and discussion for the LGBT community. And then, yeah, we're waiting for a ton. We've submitted to over 50, and we're just waiting to hear back.
Wonderful. That's great. So you have one more screening of the film?
Yes, this one screens Saturday at 3:10 over at Harkins, Theater 1.
Perfect. Everybody come out and see the film.
Yes.
And check out the website one more time.
Outsmartmovie.com.
Fantastic. Thanks for coming. We appreciate you being here.
Thank you.
You bet. Thanks for having us.
And bye to everyone out there on the web.